Hello and welcome to McClendon Studios, Random Thoughts and Observations and Gindy's videos. I'm your host, David E. McClendon Sr. And today we're going to talk about Carl the Friendly Ghost. Now, I've heard this story told 4 different ways by 4 different people. My grandmother, my father, Robert Bruce McClendon Jr., my Uncle Carl, and my Aunt Gloria. Each one tells it slightly different. I'm going to give you the composite as best I understand it. One day, my father was out later than he probably should have been. He had gone out to a Boy Scout meeting, and in order to get back home from the Boy Scout meeting, he had to drive down a fairly lonely road past an old closed-down funeral home and out past several different graveyards and old church cemeteries and things like that. So by the time he got home, it was a fairly spooky ride. Anyway, he was a little bit later than he probably should have been, and I understand from my Aunt Gloria that my father drove an old truck that you could hear coming for miles. And my grandmother heard the truck coming up the road, and she got a little bit devilish. And what she decided to do was to put a sheet over my Uncle Carl and stick him out the side window. So that when my father came in, he got up on the porch and the light was out. And about the time he got on the porch good, they turned on the light, and Carl jumped out with the sheet going, well, my father was deathly afraid of anything that could have been dead. He wouldn't even walk in a cemetery by himself, let alone late at night. And here he was seeing this ghost jumping out at him, and it scared him to death. And so he goes running down the road with Carl running along behind him, chasing Papa Bruce, and Papa Bruce just to get him. And he ran a great distance to the next house, which was still within sight of his house, with Carl all along the way going, and my father just running, and he was in a panic. And he got to the door of the house next door, and he's beating on the door, let me in, let me in, let me in, and Carl running up, and the neighbors came out, opened the door, and looked out there and saw Papa Bruce out there just scared to death, and they were worried he was going to have a heart attack or some sort of spasm right then and there, and Carl finally got up to the door and revealed who he was, and everybody laughed, except for my father. And that's the story, the way that I understand it. Now, my Aunt Gloria informs me that the neighbors weren't laughing, that they were very afraid that Papa Bruce was going to die on them right then and there from fright. But my father had learned not to come home later than he was supposed to. And my Uncle Carl just had a great time with this, and he remembered telling it very often. And my father told it several times over, and he enjoyed it when he told it, but he didn't enjoy it at the time. Well, that's the short story for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tune in again next time. Please drop us a comment in the comment box below, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you would. We'd really appreciate it. Please remember when you're watching these videos to let the ads play and actually watch them if you would, because that's the only way that we can get any kind of enumeration for this. And we thank you very much for watching. Please join this channel. This is a Federal Trade Commission required notice. When you click on an advertisement that is displayed with this video, or just before it, we receive a small commission. Sometimes, if you merely watch an ad, we receive commission. If you purchase anything by clicking on links on any of our websites, we receive a commission as well. McClendon Studios is a participant in the Amazon Services LLC Associates Program, an affiliate advertising program designed to provide a means for sites to earn advertising fees by advertising and linking to Amazon.